here we go. So these past 2 weeks have been two of the hardest weeks of my life. I had been waiting on this job that I actually was approved for in August. Well, I didn't get to start until October. Yeah, I was able to start in October. Never been where I received a letter that I've gotten the position and then it's 2 months before I get to start. But anyway, I started and I needed the job because I had a garnishment coming out of my check and it was killing my check. And you have to live. But with 25% of your pay, whether it's bring home or gross pay, it's going to hurt you. And when you don't have any help, it really hurts you real bad. So I started the job. The job is on site for the training. My very second day of training, my car is pulling funny. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I see the check engine light is on. I'm about 10 minutes from the job. It's pulling. It's acting like it wants to stop. I look down at the light and I'm like, let me just pull over, because if I get to that light and the light turns red and the car doesn't want to go when the light turns green again, these people's cars going to get tore up, because I was going to get out of the car because people out here in Bossier drive crazy. So I went ahead, pulled over. Thank God for my son-in-law, y'all. Thank God. Thank God. After I looked at the email, found the lady that was listed on my email for the job, I called her and told her I was going to be late, that my car had quit. And she was like, where are you? I said, about 10 minutes from the job, but I'm going to be late because I have to wait on somebody to come get me. When I called him, y'all, he said, where you at? And I told him, and he said, I'll be there. I was sipping my coffee just as calm as I could be, because there was nothing I could do. And this isn't my first rodeo with hell breaking loose in my life. So I was sitting there. He must have come through there on two wheels, because he was there in like 10 minutes. I get to the job. I wasn't late. And I was telling the people, and they were like, you're awful calm for your car to have broke down and you were trying to get here. I was like, when you've been through stuff, is nothing. What was I going to break down for? I did what I knew to do. Stay calm. When you get frustrated, you can't think right anyway, whether it was my first time or whatever. But when you're in the moment and you're panicked, you can't think straight, so nothing is going to work out right. So I've been like that. Anyway, go through. Then I'm like, I need a ride. I got to keep getting here, because I put it in my head. Now the car, at first I needed money to catch up my bills. And that's just because I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know. Some people fake, but I'm not. And so I'm just going to let y'all know how life works. It's not just me. I'm sure it's other people that have been check to check. So with that garnishment, like I said, it was messing me up from paying my bills. So what I was doing was paying enough to keep everything on. Then, you start getting cutoff notices. These people ain't going to play with you. Get cutoff notices. So I was like, ooh, I really need a second job. I got to have a second job. So that's when God said, okay, we're going to get you the second job. So I got the job. So now I'm determined I'm going to get my bills done and caught up, get this garnishment done where I can start seeing my checks. Well, now here comes the car. So now I can't give up the job, because I don't know how much it's going to cost to fix the car. Plus, I still have to pay the car note. So I'm up here, and because I'm 50, and I've done these jobs before, I was like, when I agreed with these people, I told them I could work full-time hours. So I can't tell them I really need part-time while I'm in the training, because they might tell me, you agreed to full-time, and stop me from doing the training, where I can't even get the checks to get my bills caught up. So I wait till close to the last day of training before I tell them about part-time. And what I did was I spoke to the young lady that's a good supervisor. She listens and she'll do something. She doesn't walk off from you. So I told her, and she was like, yeah, we can work with you, because I thought they were going to say no. So she was like, send me the hours that you work on your other job and what hours you want to work. I said, girl, that's been done. So I do that. I got that done. But y'all, I tell you, I just looked at Facebook, because that's what I've been doing, is scrolling through it, because I've been working full time on both of these jobs. I work 6:45 p.m. to 5:15 a.m. Monday through Thursday on my original job, my permanent job. And then I was going to training from 7:15 to 4 o'clock p.m. on the other job. Sometimes I was able to get off early, like 12 o'clock from my permanent job, where I could get 6 hours of sleep before having to get up and start all over again. But still, that's a lot of hours to put in. So anyway, I was scrolling through Facebook just a minute ago, and I see this lady on there where they was talking about her home going. So y'all know me, I didn't know her, and everybody was saying how sad it was. Well, I click on the name because I just want to see, because she was beautiful. But I just want to see, who is this that these wonderful people have lost. So I tap on it, and for somebody that was going through and transitioning, she still was upbeat and so sweet and positive, because she put on there that what she had been suffering with, she had been suffering with for years, and that now she was on hospice, and she's going to be communicating less until eventually she won't be communicating anymore. But if anybody wants to pray for her, continue to pray for her. If they want to check up on her, reach out to her mom, and to stay sweet like her. So now I have to look at her age. 28 years old. God has blessed me with 22 more years than that child has had. At 28, I was still messing up. 28 is part of the reason why I'm where I'm at now, because I'm one of those people, very few, I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't know anybody else like me, because what I do is I'm so retarded that I will put other people before I put myself. And so when I find somebody like my son-in-law that's going to get down and move for me, they can get anything in the world from me. I already give to people. It's like I pick and choose, and it looks like no matter how down I am or what I don't have, it's still, like I be telling y'all all the time, something that I have to give. Somebody will call or text me, they need something. And no matter what they've done or how they've denied me, of course I'm going to do it if I can, because that's the way God moves me. That's how I continue to get blessings. But I'm like this little lady here. And up there at the training, I was like, people are so different. It reopened me up to the way people are different. When a person can talk to one person any kind of way, they're not going to be confrontational with them. But when you find somebody that's confrontational, they'll walk away from them and go find somebody that they think isn't going to say anything back. Well, y'all know me. I've become where I try not to pop off as much or as fast anymore. So it looked like the supervisors on the job were watching me. And I'm like, y'all need to be watching them folks that's up walking. And if you were to ask them where we're at in the training, they can't tell you where we're at. But they're watching me because the other people that they talking to was bumping back at them. So I was like, okay, just Lord, just let me get through this. Because back in my 20s, I would have said, to hell with y'all. Y'all can have this job. But not at 50. And I set a goal for myself, and that's what I was going to do. Now, people are passing every day and all of this stuff. And then I got to looking, and I look at pictures and all of that. And I don't care what anybody else says. This is my thought. Y'all can argue with yourselves, because you're not going to argue with me about it. People make memories with people that they want to make memories for. Memories that they want to cherish. Now we've got these phones, these cameras, and all of it. Before the phones, it was cameras. And you can tell the people that folks cherished and enjoyed spending time with. They got 1 million pictures with these people. So then you have, when somebody transitions, so much of this fakeness that comes out. I'm not one of those. I'm not going to be able to do it. If you wasn't in my life while you were living, I have a empathy for the people that lost you, because you were in their lives. You wasn't in my life, so I didn't lose anything. But I do have empathy for the people that lost you. But people want people to jump up if somebody has passed. If you're not pushing for somebody to jump up while somebody is living, don't push for it when they pass, because that's for you and everybody else that's alive. Because that person that has transitioned, they don't know who's at their home going or not. And then y'all know I'm big with that thing. People think a title means something. So when I say a title, I'm talking about, like, on the job, you got supervisor, you have assistant manager, those types of things. So in family order, it's titles as well. You got mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, auntie, uncle. If those people haven't stood up and represented themselves as such, I don't believe that you should be forced to try to treat them that way or give them that type of doesn't matter. If you didn't represent, you wasn't in somebody's life, it's not, again, that's not a loss. You can't lose something that you didn't have. If you didn't have quality time with those people, you didn't have those people. So you haven't lost anything. But people want to push on other people because they're feeling some type of way. Well, you and that person had a relationship, not them and somebody else. So don't do that. These people with this faking for church get a big church home going, and if it, oh God, don't get me started, especially if they hold a title in the church. They want to be represented and want to look like they're just great. And people that really know them know they're not all of that. It's some of the, I repeat all the time, it's some of the biggest demons up here as deacons, ushers, pastors, and all of that. And don't nobody want that to get out. Honey, you better not call me to come and speak on behalf of nobody. Because if they was wrong, they was wrong, and I'm going to tell it. I have gone to where I have seen people, ooh, if I had it. Ooh, if I had it. Well, you didn't have it for one person, but yet you got it for somebody else. I think that's a thing of where you want to have leverage, or again, where you care more about one person than the other. Because for you to give the same thing to one person that you say you didn't have with another person, that means you like that other person better. You can put it however you want to do it to clear your conscience. But it is what it is, because you're going to go hard for what you care about. And people show that all the time. But people have an issue with honesty, being honest. People ain't going to say, well, I don't really give a fuck about you. They going to fake. And then when you get around a group, they look like they love you, knowing they ain't had the time of day for you when it was just you and them. And I like I said, I can't stand that. And then another thing, when somebody die, everybody's going to heaven. Y'all know damn well everybody's not going to heaven. I don't know if they going to let me slide in. I do have a bunch of good deeds, but I've done a bunch of hell in my life, which I've asked God to forgive me for. But everybody's not going to heaven. Some people haven't even wanted to change anything. They have been hell since the time they was born to hell to the time that they going in the damn ground. It is what it is. People will tell you no, then have nerve enough to turn around and ask you for something, but they couldn't do nothing for you, and when you don't do it for them, it's a problem. I don't understand that. Now we'll get on the next topic. Love. I think love looks different to everybody. Some people I don't think really want love. What they want is a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, somebody to actually take care of them where they don't have to do anything, or if they do something, it's the bare minimum. What love looks like to me is when my back is against the wall, you're there to help pull my back up off that wall. Love looks like we're on the same page. You're going to care about what's going on in the house that we share together versus somebody else's house. I don't think that's a cute look if you somebody call you, somebody else got something out at their house, and you jumping up to find somebody to help fix their stuff, and your shit at your house is fucked up. No, I don't, that's not love. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's not what that is. And then when people push you away after so many times, they just push you away, or they keep doing shit that you told them aggravates you or that you're tired of. When you eventually get tired, well, you're the problem at that point. And everybody is going to have a day where they get tired. Some people get tired way faster than others. And people will take it for granted that somebody isn't going anywhere, they're not going to do anything because they've taken bullshit for so long. And then when they're gone, it's back to a problem. That person was a problem. That person was a bitch. That person was this or that. And they'll try to talk shit about them when you never said anything good about them the whole time, when they were going hard as hell for you. Like I said, it's just a bunch of different stuff. The world moves different. That's why it's out of order. That's why we having all these storms, these power outages, these snow or winter freezes, these summers without any air and without any electricity. God isn't pleased, but I haven't ever been pleased. And I know, like I said, people aren't going to move like me, move like you. What's normal isn't normal. But what I do want everybody to do is love yourself enough to where you put yourself first and don't put yourself in a position to where you're just tolerating anything from somebody else to allow them to be in your life. If they're not putting up with anything or communicating with you where they can show that they actually need and want a spot in your life, let that go. Life is too short. I don't care what age you are. It's exactly what people are saying now. Everybody has more years behind them than they do ahead of them. Go out, live your best life, live for you. Don't sacrifice you for anybody else because they damn sure aren't going to do it for you. Have a great and blessed day.